Hello students, நம்ம இன்னைக்கு பார்க்க போற டாபிக் prokaryotic cell and eukaryotic cell. Okay, so prokaryotic and eukaryotic cell என்னன்னு பார்க்கிறதுக்கு முன்னாடி first you should know what is cell. So what is cell? Cell is the basic unit of life அப்படின்னு சொல்லலாம். ஏன்னா all living organisms are made up of cells. Okay, so இப்போ organism எடுத்துக்கிட்டோம்னா அந்த organismோட entire parts are made up of cells. Okay, so இப்போ நம்ம பாடியில இருந்து ஒரு small portions எடுத்து நம்ம மைக்ரோஸ்கோப்ல வச்சு பார்த்தோம்னா we can see lot of cells. So I can say living organisms are made up of cells. Okay, so whether it is plants or animals or bacteria, see all the organisms are made up of cells ன்னு நம்ம சொல்லலாம். Okay, so not only that, cell is the basic structural and functional unit of an organism. See, it makes the structure of an organism and many functions that takes place inside the cell. So we can say cell is the basic structural and functional unit of an organism. Okay, see, if you take cell, there are different shapes of cells based on the functions, and also the number of cells may vary based on the organisms. Okay, so based on the number of cells, we can classify organisms into two types. Okay. Into two types, unicellular organism and multicellular organism. So unicellular organism அப்படினா அந்த organism ஓட entire structure has only one cell. Okay, it does not have organ like we have heart, kidney and then lungs and the மாதிரி blood எல்லாம் இருக்குல்ல. ஸோ அந்த மாதிரி ஒரு யூனிசெல்லுலர் ஆர்கானிசம் எடுத்துக்கிட்டோம்னா ஸோ அதுக்கு இந்த மாதிரி எந்த ஒரு ஸ்ட்ரக்சர்ஸ் ஒரு ஆர்கன்ஸ் எதுவுமே கிடையாது. ஓகே, ஸோ என்டையர் பாடி இட் செல்ஃப் ஹேஸ் ஒன்லி ஒன் செல். ஸோ தட் இஸ் வை தே ஆர் கால்ட் அஸ் யூனிசெல்லுலர் ஆர்கானிசம். Okay, so if we split the term unicellular organism, so uni refers to one. So these organisms have only one cell in their body. It is not even we can say it as body. Okay, they have only one celled organisms. Okay, or we can call it as single celled organism. Example of unicellular organisms are amoeba, bacteria, paramecium and lot of protozoans. Okay, and then when we talk about multicellular organisms, they have many cells in their body. See, we can see multicellular organism through the naked eye. நம்ம கண்ணால பார்க்க முடியும் multicellular organism. ஏன்னா cell is very 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 small, right? So அப்போ ஒரு single cell organism வந்து நம்மளால பார்க்க முடியாது. So இப்போ நம்ம இங்க பார்த்தோம்னா we have bacteria here, நம்ம மவுத்ல பாக்டீரியா இருக்கும், பட் நம்ம வந்து அதெல்லாம் பார்க்க முடியாது. ஏன்னா it is very very small. ஏன்னா single cell organismனா பார்க்க முடியாது because they are so small. So இப்போ multicellular organism ஏன் நம்ம பார்க்க முடியும் அப்படின்னா it has many cells in their body, so we can see the multicellular organism. So example of multicellular organisms are obviously we know that birds, animals and even many fungi. Okay, so all these are multicellular organisms. Okay, so this is the basic about cell. Okay, so now let us talk about levels of organization. So what do you mean by levels of organization in multicellular organism? So levels of organization na இப்போ நம்ம என்ன பார்த்தோம், ஒரு யூனிசெல்லுலர் ஆர்கானிசம்ல இருந்து only one cell தான் இருக்கு, பட் மல்டிசெல்லுலர் ஆர்கானிசம்ல வந்து they have many cells. Okay, இப்போ நம்ம பாடி எடுத்துக்கிட்டோம்னா நமக்கு வந்து we have different structures like organs இருக்கு, கரெக்ட்டா? இப்போ நம்ம ஹார்ட் எடுத்துக்கிட்டோம்னா it is made up of many cells. Okay, so what is the function of heart? It pumps the blood. Okay, so you know what is the function of heart? It pumps the blood and it circulates the blood to all the parts, correct? So இப்போ heart மட்டும் இங்க function பண்ணல. Okay, along with heart we need blood vessels, blood, so we need different structures for for circulation. So அப்போ ஒரு multicellular organismல வந்து so cells வந்து organized ஆயிட்டு நம்மளுக்கு ஒரு different structures ஃபார்ம் பண்ணிருக்கு. So அதுதான் நம்ம என்னன்னு பார்க்க போறோம். Okay, okay, so you know that cell is the basic unit of life, correct? So appo group of cells together makes tissues. So appo tissue enga paakalam? So I told you already, right? Ipo inga வந்து small portions எடுத்தோம்னா it has many cells. Appo this is nothing but tissue. Appo I can say group of cells makes tissues. Okay, so tissues with similar function makes an organ. Okay, so organ with similar function makes an organ system. For example, if you take a stomach, okay, you know it helps in digestion. So stomach மட்டும் இங்க வந்து digestionக்கு நம்மளுக்கு ஹெல்ப் பண்ணல, கரெக்டா? So it starts with the mouth, okay, we take in food in the mouth. So அங்க இருந்து food esophagus போகணும், esophagusல இருந்து stomach போகணும், stomachல இருந்து small intestine, large intestine, and then rectum, anus, right? So there are different structures, right, which helps in digestive system, okay? So அப்போ நிறைய different organs இதுதான் நம்மளுக்கு ஒரு லைஃப் ப்ராசஸ்க்கு ஹெல்ப் பண்ணுது, அதுதான் ஆர்கன் சிஸ்டம், okay? And then many such organ system makes an organism, okay? So இப்போ levels of organization ஒன்றும் கிடையாது, starting from the basic structureல இருந்து எப்படி ஒரு complete organism form ஆயிருக்கு, அதுதான் levels of organization. The first one is cell, is a basic unit. So group of cells makes tissues, okay? Tissues with similar function makes organ with similar function makes an organ system, and many such organ system, like we have digestive system, respiratory system, and then circulatory system, excretory system. இந்த மாதிரி நிறைய organ system சேர்ந்து ஒரு complete organism வந்து make பண்ணுது, okay? So this is what level of organization. So okay, so this is the basic about cell. So let us learn about prokaryotic cell and eukaryotic cell now. ஓகே, ஸோ இதை எதை பேஸ் பண்ணி நம்ம வந்து இந்த செல்ஸை கிளாஸிஃபை பண்ணியிருக்கோம் அப்படின்னா ஜெனட்டிக் மெட்டீரியல் பேஸ் பண்ணி, ஓகே? ஸோ வாட் இஸ் ஜெனட்டிக் மெட்டீரியல்? ஸோ நம்ம நீங்கள் எல்லாம் கேள்விப்பட்டிருப்பீங்க டிஎன்ஏ, குரோமாட்டின் த்ரெட்ஸ், குரோமோசோம்ஸ் அப்படின்னு, ஓகே? ஸோ இது எல்லாமே வந்து நம்ம ஜெனட்டிக் மெட்டீரியல்னு சொல்லலாம், ஓகே? ஸோ பேஸ்ட் ஆன் their organization we use different terms like DNA, chromatin threads and chromosomes. So we learn about these terms later, okay? So now what you should know is just genetic material, okay? So based on the genetic material organization we can classify cells into two types, okay? Okay, so if you take a cell, okay, all the cells have three things in common. The first one is cell membrane, okay? So what is cell membrane? Okay, so it is the covering of the cell, okay? A cell has covering which is called as cell membrane, okay? It is present in all the cells, okay? And then the next structure is cytoplasm, okay? So cytoplasm is nothing but the content which is present in the cell. So you can see there are many structures, right? So this is nothing but this part is cytoplasm, okay? And this is a bacterial cell. So in bacteria this is the cytoplasm, okay? And then they also have a very important structure in the cell, which is genetic material, okay? See here, okay, I'll be using the term genetic material, okay, because if I use DNA, chromatin threads or chromosomes you may get confused. So simply I'm going to use genetic material which is responsible for the characteristics of the person, and we know that it is a structure what we get from our parents, okay? And it is passed from one generation to another generation. So நம்ம எல்லாரும் சொல்லுவோம்ல, from one generation to another generation the characters it's getting transmitted, so which is because of genetic material, okay? So all the cells have these three structures in common: cell membrane, cytoplasm and genetic material, okay? But okay, so prokaryotic cell, okay? So pro means primitive, karyotes refers to organization of genetic material, okay? Or I can say nucleus, and then U refers to true, okay? So these cells have true nucleus. So what do you mean by what is primitive nucleus and true nucleus? Okay, I'll explain it now, okay? So if you take bacteria, okay, their genetic material it is present in the cytoplasm, okay? So they have the genetic material, the thread-like structure which is present in the cytoplasm itself, okay? So such type of cell is called as prokaryotic cell. But if you take eukaryotic cell, in eukaryotic cell the genetic material is covered by nuclear membrane, okay? So in the structure வந்து நான் nucleus னு சொல்லலாம், but in the structure, okay, I cannot say it is a nucleus. இப்போ nucleus மேல என்னன்னா genetic material which is surrounded by nuclear membrane, இப்படி இருக்கிற ஒரு structure தான் nucleus னு சொல்ல முடியும், okay? So அப்போ Prokaryotic cell வந்து nucleus is absent. And eukaryotic cell nucleus is present. So based on the presence and absence of nucleus and organization of genetic material, the cells are classified into prokaryotic cell and eukaryotic cell. Okay, so the organisms which has prokaryotic cell, they are called as prokaryotes. Okay, so we can see bacteria is a prokaryote, and then okay, if the organism is made up of eukaryotic cell, the organisms are called as eukaryotes. Okay, so examples of eukaryotes are plants, animals, and then we human beings, even fungi. All these organisms are eukaryotes because they have well organized nucleus. So well organized nucleus is nothing but and the genetic material வந்து nuclear membrane ஆல cover ஆயிருக்கும். Okay, so such a type of cell is called as eukaryotic cell, and the organisms are called as eukaryotes. There are some structures in prokaryotic and eukaryotic cells. So அதை வந்து நம்ம next videoல பார்க்கலாம். Okay, so when we discuss about cell structure and its functions, we'll discuss more about cell organelles and what are the cell organelles present in bacteria, animal cell and plant cells. அதெல்லாம் next video பார்க்கலாம். Okay, thank you.